As you know, I've been working on adapting magic from the My Little Pony books. Maybe that's why my mind is fried. And it's not just my physics class.
Yeah.
But let's blame physics.
Hell yeah. Fuck you, physics.
The current my current progress with it is I have the basic magic rules for becoming able to cast spells, to learning and casting the spells, and I have every fucking spell in My Little Pony added to the list of available. And I've tweaked some of the wording for it to get rid of saying things like every pony and hooves, and replacing it with Power Rangers related terminology like everybody and hands.
I was gonna say, and hands.
Yeah.
And things like if there's a spell in there that does like a glowing aura, but it comes off of the horse's mane or the pony's mane, I just made it an aura of the body. There's going to be other changes coming to some of the spells. I am probably going to want to do some beta testing with it at some point before we start the second season of this campaign.
Filler episodes.
I will let you guys know.
Magic, you know exactly who's going to attempt to do that, and that's Ricky.
I'm going to... What we'll do is I will create a couple of really quick basic characters. Or something to that effect. We're not going to use your major ones because I don't want to screw up the character sheets. We'll go through the process of gaining or what is needed with some basic role playing, and just to go over some of the skills, and then get into a situation to actually cast the spells and to choose things, because there's over 40 spells. I didn't count them all, but there's enough that I created a second document.
Whoa.
What I still have left to do is in the My Little Pony book, they call it magic baubles. It's really magic items.
Oh.
Like baubles. Baubles. Just little trinkets that are magical.
Yeah, now that I know that it refers to items, I can refer to something, but before it was like bubbles? What?
Yeah. It's basically, it covers the magic scrolls that are like one-time use versions of the spells, the potions, things like that.
It's a cute way to say it, but they could have just said trinkets.
Yeah, but it's My Little Pony, so they're going to over-cute it.
Yeah.
And cause me to get diabetes from reading the freaking book.
Look, man, it just gave me flashbacks of fucking Slippery Boggles, a magic deck.
Yeah. But that is a work in progress. So it's coming along. I've gotten some input from the people in the My Little Pony section of the Renegade Discord, which I swore I would never go into, but when you have questions, you go to the source.
Was it as sticky as I would imagine it'd be?
Actually, it was just like the Power Rangers group because it was the same fucking people.
You know what? I don't know what I was expecting.
It really was. The same people that answer my Power Rangers related questions were answering the My Little Pony ones too.
Yeah.
With maybe one or two exceptions. And they were just... There was no sense of stickiness because of no pictures, no graphics.
The sticky ones are the ones that are saying it out loud for everyone to hear. Because they have something to prove. Otherwise, they don't feel good.
That's that covered. The other announcement, I talked about the anniversary one-shot that we'll be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to It's going to be a one shot on the 25th.
All right. Not next week then. That's good.
No, end of the month.
Because I can't be here next week.
All right.
Probably.
So same time and everything. You will not be playing as your characters.
Mm-hmm.
This is completely separate from what you've been doing. We're going to be doing the second Play Renegade adventure, Recipe for Disaster.
Heyo!
But you're going to be playing Psycho Rangers.
Heyo!
Yeah.
Are we going to be playing the ones that you built for the one?
No, these are going to be the default Psycho Rangers. Remember when I was trying to do the one shot, like to set it up, and you were going to join it? It's that.
Okay.
That whole thing. But it's going to be one of those. It's going to be a true one shot. Whatever we finish or don't finish, at the end of the night, that's it. So it's my way of giving you guys a break from the normal campaign, letting you play as different characters for a little bit, and letting you go free with evil. As long as you get the story goals completed. And I've read the adventure. It's a fun time. A lot of little gizmos, a lot of little doohickeys. No Zords.
Makes sense.
Because Psycho Rangers have the monster form. So you don't have to worry about that. On that note, with that...
Actually, I have a weird question now that you mentioned villains and swords.
Yeah.
Did anyone ever write specs for Serpentera?
I don't think so.
I thought I saw Serpentera in one of the books.
It might be.
Oh no!
Just as
I know Cyclopsis is in. Cyclopsis Goldarzord is in, I believe, Finster's book. Gonna move my game controller. I've been playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
You too?
When I actually have free time. I got it for Steam.
Yeah.
So I've been playing on my computer.
How far along are you?
I can go to Jeddah and see Seer for the first time.
That's awesome.
But I'm sticking around on Kobo.
Yeah.
Doing the side quests and shit.
Yep. I am almost done with it, but I too am attempting to do the million side quests.
Yeah. Serpentera, let's see. No, there's no... God damn it. Come on, dummy. 36. Prometheazords. Okay, so not that book. So I don't think Serpentera's in anything. I don't remember it being in any of the earlier books.
That's fair. I thought I saw an image of it in one of the.
It's possible there's an image.
And that could be what it is. Is like I saw the image in the Zords, and I'm like, oh, Serpentera, yeah, but who's gonna let us pilot Serpentera?
The other thing is Serpentera's design is very similar to Red Dragon Thunderzord. They're both that same style of Chinese dragon.
Yep.
So even the artwork could have been that dragon, just darker.
It could have been, yes.
Okay. So Magic anniversary event. Anybody else have any questions or anything? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
So it's just gonna be the Psycho Ranger mission?
Yeah, for the 25th, we're just going to do that one shot, and you'll get to play through as the Psycho Rangers. You get to see how things are on the other side.
I have. Do you get to choose which Psycho Ranger we go?
Yeah, I'll give you guys the list. There's 6 that you can choose from.
All right.
Because they've got the 5 that were in Power Rangers in Space, and they've got the green one.
All right.
And you can give them. There's no name. Like, there's one that actually has a name. The rest of them are just called, like, Red Psycho Ranger or Psycho Red or something like that. So you can spice it up a little bit, whatever. They are completely or almost completely in Foundry from when I was trying to set it up for doing a one-shot at a random time during the week. So I think I just have to tweak a few things and add a few other things, and it's like prepared.
All right.
But the characters are all pretty much in.
And what about that magic test thing you were thinking of doing?
I'm not quite ready for a beta test yet. I'll let you guys know.
All right.
And it'll be one of those things where I'll be like, all right, listen, I want to kind of do this weekend or whatever for like an hour or two. We pop on, roll some dice, learn a little bit about the system, and then, that's it. We test a few things. I want to go through some of the spells, or most of them, and tweak them, because there's one spell that, Ricky, if I gave it to you, if you got it as a Pink Ranger, you would really break the game.
So you don't get it.
Of course I don't, but I want to know what it does now.
It's like fairy wings. It's a flying spell.
Oh, God.
And in My Little Pony, it lasts for a day.
Oh, my God.
Yes, oh no, like, that's such a
Nope.
I don't know, cliche of the Pink Ranger, but I would absolutely fucking do it just for the fucking image of being the Pink Ranger with wings. My God.
Now, to be fair, it would take you at least 2 turns to fully utilize its ability, like to fully take effect and break the game, because every spell is a standard action.
Right.
So
I mean, if
it would take you 1 turn to cast it, and then the next turn you'd use your movement to go up in the air, and then you'd be able to attack.
I see.
Or use your standard action to cast it, and then move into the air in that turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gives you a flight speed.
I mean, you could also just limit what spells each ranger has access to like 5 or something.
Well, no, the spells.
Since, like, unless it's a ranger it's like a ranger team that's very magic focused, they're probably not going to get more than like a few spells at most.
No, well, here's how it works. I'll give you guys the gist of it. When you see, there's 2 things you need to cast spells in Essence 20. The first is the spell casting ability.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that section of the My Little Pony character sheet I showed you that was like a separate stat block. It's where you can put points in to increase its skill, to increase the dice for it, and then that gives you magical knowledge. So without the other component, all you can do is learn and understand magic. You can't even memorize a spell. The other component is a general perk called Magical. The 2 of them allow you to learn and memorize spells. Now, right now, I came up with a solution for this, but right now in Essence 20, there is no way to change your spells. You memorize a spell, you've got it. You get one spell per dice ranking. So you can have at most was it D2, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12. So 6 spells.
Yeah, but I mean, unless someone wants to specialize on that, it would probably only go to like, unless they seem like pretty good and funny, I would say normal player maybe 2, 3
Yeah.
max. Unless
So,
they've
and the thing is,
focused.
the spells are, there's ways to get around it.
Still, you can
Specializations.
take from the 40 limiting the amount of spells that certain roles can get.
Yeah. When you get a spell, like certain dice level, like dice rankings, unlock there's 3 tiers of spells. Elementary, which you unlock when you get the D2 in spellcasting. Superior, which is a D8 in spellcasting. And then they call it virtuous, or virtuoso, I'm sorry, is the final tier, and that's at a D10. Yeah. And that's like the max spell tier. When you get at each, you can't learn or memorize or master a spell until you've unlocked the dice level. Now, there are ways you can temporarily memorize a spell for 24 hours. That takes time and study and spellcasting rolls. And for that, you need to be 1 dice rank higher than the tier it is to unlock that level. So, if you wanted to memorize an elementary spell, you have to have a D4 in spellcasting. You want to memorize a superior, you have to have a D8 in spellcasting. Or a D10.
Okay.
If you want to memorize the virtuoso, and there's
With a bit of luck, you can have an extra spell, I see.
It's just lasts for 24 hours. And then you forget it. No matter how many times you use it. And it takes a lot to get it, depending on the spell level. Because there's a difficulty for it. But that's just basics of it. And one of the other thing is that makes it complicated. There's no spell slots. So it's not like you can, but it's not like you can cast a spell as many times as you want. When you have, like, say you have a D6 in your spell casting, every spell has a cost. When casting it, the cost is a downshift. So say I've got a D6 in spellcasting. I want to cast a spell that's a cost 1, a downshift. I downshift to the D4 and roll the spellcasting.
Oh, we really
Now,
are starting to take a gamble.
If it is just a regular spell, you have to beat the casting score in order, like the casting difficulty, in order for you to cast the spell. If it's an attack spell, the same roll has to also beat the defense that it's attacking. So if I'm casting like Fireball, I have to roll and beat the spellcasting difficulty, and the roll has to be higher than the defense of the target for me to actually hit them.
Oof.
And
big oof. As someone who plays casters in D&D, putting both a spell DC roll and a general attack roll, and having to do both just kind of sucks.
yeah, it increases the drama in for this game. Now, Here's the other thing. You get tired when you with these costs. It stays. The downshift stays. So if you do a cost 1 spell on your turn, and you get brought down to a D4 or something, it stays until your next turn. So any other, depending on the situation, well, all right, let's say you do a cost 2, and you're started a D6, you're down to a D2 for the spell casting. The next turn, you get 1 upshift back. So you get brought up to a D4. That's your starting point for if you cast again on that turn. So every turn that you are below your dice ranking in spell casting, you get 1 upshift back at the start of your turn.
Oh, so if it costs 2, you're only going to get... It functions a little bit like your power points. Just because you get another power point doesn't mean your power points recharge within a rest period.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Now, when you downshift to the base die, which is just a D20, you roll a D20. That's it. You're not rolling it snag. You're not rolling anything else like that. It is just a straight D20. If you go lower than that, you will either... Well, you'll suffer penalties. That's what it is. And if you get to the fumble penalty, there is a rule, an advanced rule for it that will... the GM can basically say, your character is exhausted. You can't cast spells for so many turns or something to that effect.
Right, otherwise it would just be busted as hell.
Yeah. So it is a very simple and stressful system. And I can't wait to see it in action. But that's like the basics of it. But like I said, we'll go into it more when we actually do like a beta test of what I've been working on.
Oh, I can't
wait. For now, let's get back to herding the Dragonzord while we wait for Fade to show up. See if you guys can make some progress on it. And then he'll come in for the clutch rescue like last time. Alright, so last week, you guys summoned your Zords. They arrived, and you defeated the Wolfbane monster. But unlike other monsters you defeated, he did not explode. He just expelled the magical energy that enlarged him, and he disappeared through some sort of a portal. Then you started focusing on keeping the Dragonzord away from the people of Angel Grove. And you had planned on trying to keep him in the water and direct him towards the mountain range and the little estuary by the end of the San Angeles Mountains. Unfortunately, he had other plans and made landfall before you had a chance to redirect him. You stopped him you stopped a group of security agents from taking pot shots at him. Put out several fires in record time. And now, as he heads toward the Fielding Park grounds, you see the next challenge. And we will continue from the initiative from last week. I will start the Funzy music. And as you are approaching, let's see, let me get the description up. Nope. All right. You approach Fielding Park grounds, the largest open-air recreational park in all of Angel Grove. There are soccer fields, baseball diamonds, tennis courts. You good?
Sorry.
All right.
I'm good.
There are soccer fields, baseball diamonds, tennis courts, and tons of wide open grassy fields. There is rarely a time during daylight hours that Fielding Park is not crawling with Angel Grove citizens. And this is one such time. You see, directly in the path of the Dragonzord is a passenger bus filled with park goers. The Dragonzord is showing no signs of stopping. You will have... Jesus Christ. 5 rounds to save the day. And what you have to do, you have 2 options to essentially save these people. The first is to directly steer the Dragonzord slightly off to the side to miss the passenger bus. The second, move the bus.
Makes sense.
So, we are at the top of the order.
No, I'm not there.
Oh, yeah. Give me a second. I'm just going to add your actual character in. Bloop. And give you a number higher than 1.
We all roll. Did we all roll trash, or did you just like use?
No, I was using it's placeholders because you guys rolled and then I lost the initiative, but I knew what the order was. So I just put in different numbers.
Funny thing.
This is the order you guys were in.
If you want to give me like a hot second, I could probably tell you.
No, we don't need it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
I don't need it's the numbers that I don't need. I was just looking to see why I have it as 65421, and I remembered that Wolfbane was like either 2 or 3. He was in that area.
Okay.
So, all right. So, Jonas.
So,
what's up?
I'm gonna do this. No, I'm. It's something that I just found. I will mention it on my turn.
Okay.
Carry on.
All right, Jonas.
Hello.
So you see the Dragonzord basically stomping toward a passenger bus that is unable to move on its own. What do you do?
I am... Where is my speed? That is my speed. I am going to get over there as soon as I can and try and move the bus.
Okay. All right, so you rush over to the passenger bus. Give me a brawn skill test, please.
My brawn or the Zord brawn?
If the Zord doesn't have a brawn, if the Zord doesn't have a specific brawn skill test, it's driving.
Okay. My driving then?
Yes.
Don't the Zords have driving automatically?
It's for their autopilot.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So if the Zord was doing something, you'd roll the autopilot driving skill.
Yep.
16.
Okay. Let's see. You managed to lift the bus. And let's see what else. Okay. You need to find a space far enough away from the Dragonzord to save the people. So give me an alertness skill check.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it? $14.
Okay. You find a spot off to the side. The far end of the parking lot, just outside of the one soccer field. But for the moment, it is too far out of your movement. So you'll be able to move the bus on your next turn. Now, John, you're up. You can choose to like Jonas has the bus in hand, literally. You can choose to try and steer the Dragonzord if you want. Or you can play it out and see what happens.
I will try to direct the Dragonzord not so close to Jonas. Just trying to keep it like on a side of a street. Proverbially.
Okay. Alright. You are... what's your Zord size?
Flips the page over to tail. Sonic blast movement. Huge.
Alright, you are huge. Huge.
Huge. That's a huge bitch.
Okay. Alright. So, because you are trying to push the Dragonzord to the side, you get a downshift for every size smaller you are than the Dragonzord.
Oh boy.
He is towering.
Oh god.
So if you were attacking with lasers or something like that, you'd get the upshift of 2. But you're getting a downshift of 2 instead.
Okay.
Now, if your Zord has might ability, you can roll that. Otherwise, give me a driving skill test.
Nah, Zord's got might. We're gonna go with it.
All right.
$18.
Okay. And... let's see. There, you managed to move him about 10 feet in the direction you wanted.
Nice.
But you can see that if he still continues on this path. He is still heading directly towards Jonas and the bus.
Okay. Damn it all, Frank. I'm gonna stick around where I'm at in case I gotta try to bump him again. And then play it out from here.
Okay.
So that will be my turn.
Alright. Now it's Jack's turn. And seeing what you just tried, or what you just did, and what Jonas has already done, he's going to try and nudge Dragonzord just a little bit further. Also realizing that the other two Zords in the lineup appear to be too small to do any sort of physical nudging. So, alright. What is the Q-Rex's? Here's my fucking character sheet. I need to develop pocket dimension technology.
God. I think we would all could use that.
The fucking menace I would be.
Oh my god, the fucking billionaire that I would be. Ow.
Like, just being from just not needing luggage anymore. Ease of shipping technology.
I was gonna say, could you imagine how much you'd bankrupt airlines?
I mean, even if it was just bigger on the inside tech, that would do so much for being able to mass ship things. But having an extra dimensional, I don't know, house.
Oh yeah.
I could go wherever I wanted and then pop into my own house.
Yeah. Like, have you ever seen Ultraviolet?
No.
Okay. It's another not great movie. But in it, like...
Wasn't it a better... Wasn't that the one with,
Mila Jovovich? Jehovovich? Yeah, her.
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Uh-huh.
And, she... I heard that Ultraviolet was a better Aeon Flux movie than Aeon Flux was.
It was so much better than Aeon Flux.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
Sorry. Anyway, she has pocket dimension. She builds guns and loads them out of the pocket dimensions. It's great.
Nice. Alright, so... the Q-Rex is gigantic. Okay, so I get a downshift of 1 for driving. Well, shit. That's a fail. I have no skill in driving.
Oh no. Wait, don't you not take a suffrage for driving skills? Even with the...
That's true, yes. Alright, I'll roll the d20.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you just, like, lose any boost.
Yeah, that's a 2.
I tried.
So the Q-Rex comes running up. It's like, alright, let me take a shot. And just whiffs it. And next you know, you just... Jonas, you and John both see the Q-Rex come roaring past the two of you and just threads the needle that is that space between you and just runs directly into one of the soccer fields or one of the baseball fields. And barely manages to avoid running into that the fenced-in cage around the batting area.
Like he slipped on a banana peel.
Yeah. All right, Ricky, you're up.
All right. So I mean, that's a dangerous situation, but isn't he just gonna arrive like at the? Isn't he just gonna go, like, take still a round or two to get to the bus, type of deal?
Give me an alertness skill check. Let's see if you can judge how long it'll take for him at his pace to get to the bus area.
Okay. Let's bust out the physical dice. That's a d4. Holy shit! Incredible. First roll of the night. That's an 8.
You try to do the math in your head, judging the... Oh, God, and you know I'm going to hate you for this one. Because this is physics. This is what I've been doing.
I was gonna argue, but I'm gonna let you finish before I do that. Because... yeah.
You are trying to judge the distance remaining from the Dragonzord to where Jonas and the bus are at the current velocity that he is moving.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to stop you there and do the argument, which is targeting is mentioned as also being able to be used to measure distances in the targeting skill.
All right, I'll let you roll targeting. Because the alertness was to see if you could judge how fast he was moving. Let's do that. And then you are using your targeting skill, your ability to line up a shot.
Yeah, and I'm
see if he's going to be able to cover that distance.
I'm gonna take... Do I take my augmented thing, or do I just roll my natural d6?
Your augmented is a permanent upshift. Okay, that's so every time you use it.
Okay, so that's d6 to a d8. Okay.
It's basically like the augment is saying you have that skill level.
Okay, that's fitting for the character that I built. That's a 25.
Okay. So you're able to judge the distance between the Dragonzord and Jonas and the bus.
Without frying your brain, I just want to know if it seems like Jonas, since he already has the bus, has more than enough time to just get out of the way, even if we are unable to do anything to the Zord's trajectory.
You are, as far as you can calculate, because you're having difficulty narrowing down the speed of the Dragonzord. It seems to be, from your eye, just looking out the cockpit window of your Zord, it's difficult to judge how fast he's actually moving. So you're pretty sure that Jonas will be able to get the bus out of the way before the dragon, or that somebody will be able to nudge the Dragonzord in a different direction far enough before he gets to the bus.
Mm-hmm.
But you are you're hesitant to put money on that bet.
All right.
It's like all of that to say, oh.
Yep. All right. So, if I heard correctly, that's the only objective we have here, right?
At the moment.
All right, then I will just actively look for anything other that might be property damage in the way of the Zord.
All right, it's an open field. It's basically a park. The map that's on the screen is not accurate to your current location. I just don't feel like changing it and having to redo the encounter order again.
That's cool. Then I'm just going to where Jonas is, to just how there is 2 Zords trying to move the Dragonzord. So there is 2 Zords trying to, like, carry the bus away.
All right, I mean, you can try and lift the bus out of Jonas's paw, but you would also be stuck in the... Or what's your movement?
My movement is probably like ever so slightly more, as in the air I have 45, but it would be around the same place where he is.
Yeah,
likely.
so you'd be able to get to him and maybe move just a little bit further away, but you'd first have to be able to pick the bus up out of his paw.
It's a might, right?
Yeah, no.
It's a brawn?
Wait. Yeah, it's brawn or driving skill to lift.
Oof. Alright. Wait, what's might used for then?
Might was used to push him.
Huh?
The might skill on the Zord is used for the Zord's melee attack.
Oh, okay, because I was struggling to understand why I have an actual good might.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's... I was banking on maybe just going ahead and maybe starting the next objective early, but since I can't really be completely sure, I will join the group trying to move the Dragonzord and just like use the jet thruster to kind of try to nudge him to the side.
All right, you're gonna try and push the Dragonzord.
It's gonna push like his feet so that it, like the direction he's walking, it goes slightly to the side.
Okay, that... Give me the might... Yeah, might skill test. Using the Zord's power.
Alright. That's a 14.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to nudge him ever so slightly another 10 feet.
Alright, and the argument I was gonna say is, remember when you mentioned that you couldn't find the rule that says that you can forego improvements to get a general perk?
Yeah.
I don't know if you eventually found it, but I did find it.
Yeah,
right now.
The rule doesn't exist anymore.
It refers to a optional rule, essence core improvement, using the optional perk rule.
No, it doesn't exist anymore in the new edition of the book.
Oh, they deleted that sentence?
Yeah.
Yep, that whole paragraph is gone.
Otherwise, we're just broken.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but it could have at least limited. Like, that's even still a good feature.
It's on the errata on the Renegade page. That's where I found it originally. And then I looked at my physical copy of the book, and I saw it on page 93. And then I looked on page 93 in the new print edition, the second printing, and that entire paragraph is just gone. They have removed it because of how broken it was.
I mean, they could have, I don't know, limited to, like, you can do that to one, like, skill point or stat point in your character creation or something, because it is a cool rule. It's just like the free feat rule in D&D. I think personality, but
I think it was one of those things where they thought of it in similar terms, where they thought it was a cool thing, and then in practice it turned out that there was no way they were going to get it to where they were happy with the rule to fix it.
I get it. In practice, you can absolutely break the shit out of it. I just think at least keeping it as something you can do at least once, even if just like as an option, like it's mentioned here, would be appreciated. But
yeah, well, you guys got the one, and it's going to be one and done. So, moving on.
You know what? I'll take it because...
I mean, you guys have it. I don't, but... I'm good. You know how I am.
No, you did.
My
You did the
character's-
option. You did the optional perk, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you
'Cause
got
I think
2
everybody
perks the
did when
last
you guys
level.
leveled up last.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got. Actually, he got 3 technically.
What? No.
He got the EMT thing.
That was from no.
That was my gift. That was my
Yes.
gift to him for the story. He got the general perk at level 4,
Yeah,
and then I
which is
believe you took
Sharpshooter's
another
Grace.
perk like sharpshooter.
No.
No,
the perk
you
I
took a
got
different
at-
one then.
No, the one I got at level 4 was Sharpshooter's Grace. It was always supposed to be Sharpshooter's Grace. I did not get anything else.
You did something.
I did not.
All right.
I'm telling you, I
All
planned
right. Well, then
it.
you don't.
I
You,
was.
well, then
I-
you don't get it anyways. Then so yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I'm cool with it. I'm broken as I am. You are completely aware of it.
Yes, I'm gonna start actually handcuffing you.
You could just make monsters targeting me, and I would fall like a fly. But
Fucking just
Yeah, I
sneezes.
try to do that, but I also try to randomize it. Anyway, moving on.
if I
Moving.
did that, I would have gotten righteous hearts so that I could maybe survive one attack.
It's the Dragonzord time.
Here we go.
He's gonna be pissed.
He moves forward. And gets relatively close to Jonas and the bus. And then kind of Jonas, you see from your cockpit that the Dragonzord is almost staring directly into the eyes of your Zord and unleashes this loud roar. He's still far enough away that he can't hit you with a melee attack. But he's also just gonna sit there and try and be dominant. And Fade is not here yet. All right, so Jonas, you are up.
I'm up.
Yep.
Okay, am I still holding the bus?
Yeah, you've got the bus in hand or in paw.
Okay.
What do you want to do with it?
Where am I located physically?
Okay, so all right, assume that this map is actually all trees and like a park. You're like this. The Dragonzord is shifted off like that. John, you're here. Ricky, you're here. Jack is over here because he missed. Just kind of sideswiped. The Dragonzord is now currently kind of doing one of his course is kind of taking him this way. I don't know if you guys can see the line.
Yeah.
I'm doing the ruler. He's kind of going that way. So if with the way you're standing right now, Jonas, with the bus in your paw, if you don't move, the Dragonzord will collide with you.
Okay.
Hey, Fade.
Hi.
How's it going?
We have a cosmonaut bear now.
I changed the Zord colors and changed the styles a little bit.
Bear.
Yeah, I used ChatGPT to remake the images in the style of the Boom Studio comic books.
Looks nice.
Does.
All right, so yeah, Jonas, you've got the bus in your hand, in the paw, and the Dragonzord is on a almost direct course with you. You do notice that the efforts of John and Ricky to nudge him out of the way seem to make it to where he may just get a glancing hit when he collides. But that could cause you to drop the bus.
Yeah, that would be bad. Okay. I'd love to play dominance games with the dragon, but I got civilian, so I am making like a football wide receiver with the ball and getting the fuck out of there.
Okay. So just
as quickly and safely, and by that I mean making with as little jostling as I can.
All right. So, let's see. All right. Give me a driving skill test. To see if you can move while carefully holding on to the bus and protecting it without squeezing it.
So driving?
Yeah.
18.
Okay. You're able to hold it in both paws as your bear form takes a few steps upright forward. But because you don't have a warrior mode, you can't stay standing like that for too long.
Okay.
So now
I gotta ask a question because you said that.
I was thinking about this before.
Okay, so my Bearzord looks like it was designed to be. Not that it has a warrior mode, that it's just designed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, designed to be upright.
Yeah.
What do you want it to be? Do you want it to be like a traditional bear, where it's on all fours and can go upright for a little bit, or do you want it to be upright all the time? Because we never discussed that.
I kind of want to pick up warrior mode later down the line, because I personally think having a warrior mode is kind of cool, and
I agree.
I don't hate combining with the guys, but this is nothing to, Mega Tigerzord and all that existed. But my point is, at least my read on how White Ranger is designed, because it is given Zord 2 levels early, always made me think that like the White Ranger and his Zord are supposed to be like the vanguard, the first to arrive and try and deal with the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me, so.
Hang on a second. I just had a brain fart, so I want to check something real quick. Yeah, blame physics for my, and systems analysis and design for me being kind of out of it tonight.
That's fine.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That and there. Okay, never mind. I had a brain fart and couldn't remember if 4th level got a Zord perk for White Ranger. But they don't. Alright. So, what do you want to do? Have it to where it's a normal bear style and get the warrior mode later?
That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay. Then as you're running, you're able to hold on to it in both hands. Now I want you to do another driving skill test to lower yourself back into basically 4-legged mode, but running with 3 legs without losing the bus. Okay. You manage to pull it off. You have the bus in the right paw of your Zord, and as the Zord automatically starts to fall forward to go into like full-on quadruped mode, you land with the left paw, and you continue moving at your full movement without any interruption. You do hear screams from the people on the bus, but they're not aware of what your Bear Zord can do. All they know is they are in the paw of a giant robot, while the Dragonzord that they've seen on TV so many damn times is like wandering through the park. And your movement is 30 feet, 35.
Sorry, I have. There it is. Thank you. My speed as the Zord is 4. My evasion is 14.
No, the movement. It should be on next to where the size is, underneath the attacks on the PDF.
Giant. Oh, 40.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You can get far enough away, no problem. You get to the other side of the parking lot, and you're able to put the bus down with no issue.
Good.
And you can hear the cheers of everybody on the bus as they start to disembark, and they're waving to you and showing their appreciation. You see a couple people get off a little wobbly, like they might have gotten a little motion sick, but all in all, they're in good shape.
Okay, mission accomplished there.
Okay. So, John.
Oh, yeah?
You see the Dragonzord continuing to move into Fielding Park.
Okay.
You do also see that Jonas got the bus safely away.
Nice. First crisis averted. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can see any potential, like, hazards that's in the path of the Dragonzord.
Alright, give me an alertness skill check.
Hell yeah. Oh, no, not a D4, D6. 16.
Okay. You see that the field has been cleared of all civilians. The closest thing to potential hazards is structures on the field itself. Shacks full of equipment. The fence around the baseball field that Jack almost ran into with the Q-Rex. Things like that. And eventually trees. He will come to another section of the parking lot, but there's too much in the way for you to see if there's any vehicles or people over on that side.
Damn, I guess I'm just gonna, like, stay close to the Dragonzord? I mean...
Okay.
Maybe... You know what? Yeah, I guess I'll try nudging him again. Why not? Like, there's no current threat, but he could be further away from the kids, right?
Yeah. Alright, give me, a might skill test.
With a downshift of 2?
Yes.
Thank you. $14.
Okay, you nudge him another 10 feet. And he continues steadily on.
I guess I'm gonna also call out to Jack and see if maybe he's okay. It was a nasty spill he took.
He responds, yeah, that was embarrassing.
Pride's bruise easy. That'll be my turn.
All right. So, and let's see, what does Jack want to do? All right, let's see if he sees any potential hazards. That's where I put the character sheet. God damn it. He ain't found shit. He is going to just stay there with the Q-Rex and watch the situation. Because from his perspective, the people are safe. At least the people on the bus are safe. You guys aren't getting attacked. And he can manage to avoid getting tangled in some piece of field equipment. Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen that the bus has been saved. The Dragonzord has been nudged a little bit more. What do you want to do?
Fly ahead, yes.
Okay. Are you dashing to double your movement, or
Would look for possible risks and such on his path be an action?
looking for it? No.
All right, then. Yeah, I'm dashing, but I'm looking in the way there.
Okay. So, as you move across the field, it's easy to tell that the field is empty. But as you use the full extent of your doubled movement, you get to the other side of the park where the view would have been obstructed from where you had been previously. Give me an alertness skill check.
All right. That's a 16 with a 4 on the D4.
Okay. It's almost like you and your rooster sync up. And you utilize the full extent of its sensors and your eyes, and you notice that that side of the parking lot and that side of the field is fully evacuated. There's not a single thing in that area. And just beyond the edge of the field is essentially the next roadway path, whatever, leading to the next location that the Dragonzord is traveling to.
Right, all right. So I just give in the calm. I just go into comms and just say, "That is clear. Let's go to the next one."
All right. And the Dragonzord continues moving. Fade.
Yes.
Is there anything you would like to do in this?
Part of me would have actually wanted to do exactly what Ricky did, to be honest.
Okay, so we'll have you fly up to about where Ricky was. Give me an alertness skill check.
Okay. Okay, just to show proof that I actually did this, this is what I got as a roll. I'm like, first roll of the dice.
Nice.
Nice.
So it's a double crit, right? Or is it just a normal crit?
I think D2 crits though.
What kind of die is it? Is that a D2?
That's a D2.
Oh, yeah, D2s don't crit. But it's more than enough for what you would have wanted to do.
Alright.
You look over, check your Zord sensors, and you don't see anything to discount Ricky's evaluation of the situation.
Alright.
Anything else? Do you want to say anything
That's
to
it.
anybody? Or all right, cool. So, top of the round, giving you guys a story point because you finished the objective in record time. Because you guys had, where did I put this? You had 5 rounds to do this. You did it in 2.
Hell yeah.
And wasn't even 2 complete rounds. Alright. Actually, I should give you another story point because Fade's here. Alright. Dragonzord path. Okay. As you continue following the Dragonzord and making sure that civilians stay out of harm's way and that the property damage is reduced, you get to where is it? I just had it. The Trang Canyon Outdoor Mall. And this is a smaller mall and tourist attraction than the mall where you encountered Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
And you know it as the last great divide between the metropolitan area of Angel Grove and the northern wilderness of Trang Canyon is a popular tourist attraction and a favored destination for long-distance hikers and explorers. Nestled in its depth is a large 15-store faced open-air shopping and souvenir mall. In nice weather that there always apparently is in Angel Grove and all of California.
Yeah.
There are always groups of shoppers and workers milling about the area. All right. The Dragonzord begins to pick up speed and start running. You have... We'll use a different D2. Time to determine how many rolls to accomplish your goal.
Oh no.
Sweet fucking Christ.
And then he says D2, and I'm like, panic.
You guys got the maximum amount for this. You get 4 turns.
The maximum amount. 4 turns.
It's 2D2 rounds to complete this event.
Ooh.
Alright. So, 4 rounds to... God, I love Post-it notes. To accomplish the goal that is labeled as this way, big boy. I had to say that. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate it. It was funny.
All right, so Your job is to get the Dragonzord's attention in an attempt to herd it to a safer area. There's a few ways you can do this. Because you don't want to damage the Dragonzord. You just want to get his attention, get him to follow you. You can try to attack, but intend to miss. And that you can do that with ranged attacks. You can pull a punch with your melee attack, or you can just physically push the Zord out of the way.
Is a performance roll too outside of the norm?
What were you gonna try and do?
Just cock-a-doodle-doo way too loud near its head and then just veer off, annoy it, essentially.
No, because the way he is moving quick. From what you understand of Zord behavior, especially older Zords, and what little you've learned piloting your own Zord, if it's got like a head full of steam, it's gonna take something significant to get his attention. And as far as you can tell, the only thing significant enough would be some sort of confrontational gesture.
All right.
That would be a good time to use that hidden weapon in the Cockazord. The egg bombardment.
The egg it just throws eggs.
It just flies overhead and just drops him out the back hanger.
Food fight.
Bombardment is when I
no,
I go out from the back.
The rooster can't do that.
It's a rooster.
Only the chicken eggs.
Fucking hens, baby.
Design flaw.
Oh no.
All right, Jonas, you're up, sir.
Okay, civilians, something beep. What does beep? Okay. Okay, civilians are down.
Yep.
Out, down, and out of their way. Okay, good. I just want to make sure
civilians are running around, so your job is to
not squish.
Yeah, I mean they're doing their best to stay away, but the Dragonzord is like rampaging, running. So they're scattering.
He's doing the Godzilla run.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going in front of the Dragonzord.
Okay.
And
Don't you do it, or I will break you. I just got the Silverhawks theme out of my head from remaking Fade's Zord image.
That's a theme for a lot of things, and I just did it earlier today. I just did it again.
God, I hate you.
I'm getting in front of it, going on my hindquarters in show of dominance and just making a roar.
Okay.
Like giving it a come and get me oversized gecko kind of thing.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's either persuasion or performance or Is intimidation a roll on this thing?
It is. For, like, you have it, Zord. As far as I know, you didn't give it to your Zord.
Yeah,
But it is a strength skill.
Why is it a strength? Okay.
Because you're showing your strength to intimidate. It's weird logic, but I don't know.
There's actually a perk where you can turn intimidation into a social skill, but like you got to pick up the perk.
Yeah. So. Okay. If you want to use the Zord to intimidate, you're gonna have to use your driving skill.
Okay. At least there's an option.
Yeah. That's the one good thing about the Zords. It's like, oh, if the Zord doesn't have this skill, use driving.
Okay. Thank goodness I have my Green Ranger stuff.
Oh, the Savant?
Savant is so nice.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. Alright. The Dragonzord stops momentarily. But it doesn't seem like he's changing direction. He just stops to look at you.
Okay.
Alright. John.
So now that I'm assuming the Dragonzord's moving again now.
He will be on his turn.
Okay. I guess while
For
trying
the moment, he's been momentarily paused.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to pull my punch and headbutt the thing.
All right. Give me a melee attack with a downshift of 2.
Not a problem. That is 15.
Okay. You manage to get the Dragonzord's attention by playfully nudging him with your forehead.
Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep moving afterwards.
All right. After you hit him, you kind of slide around him and begin moving away from him into a safer location.
Hell yeah, baby. Hit and fade maneuvers. They're fucking legit.
All right. Jack's turn. He's going to see what you're doing, run up, and... get sort of in the same direction that you're going, but he's going to do a near miss with his ranged attack. So you see those massive like railgun laser blasters on his shoulders just lock into an area, and he is going to fire with what's the... Okay. Oh. Okay. Tell me it's got to hit the Dragonzord skill that it doesn't have, but then it gives me a number. Alright. We're going to do it this way. And... Nope, wait. Physical dice have been failing me. I have the opposite problem of Ricky. 8 plus 1, You motherfucker!
Yeah, they don't like when you change it midway.
Oh no!
I'm gonna re-roll that d20.
I don't blame you.
I'm gonna use a physical. I'm gonna use a physical
cocked?
dice for that. No, it was a 1. I rolled double 1s.
Holy. Okay.
That is a critical fumble. I would have had to, if I took the fumble, the Q-Rex would have been damaged. Let's put it that way.
Oh no.
Alright, it's a better miss than that. I didn't do a near miss. I did a way the hell off miss.
It's still happening, isn't it? Where it's just like we first meet Jack and it's like, who is this fucking mystery man? He's so cool. And then as we progress,
damn it,
he's just one of us.
He's just as flawed and fucked as the rest of you.
Yeah. That's you really guys, my destiny throwing him our way.
You guys, it's like you find out that while he looks cool and everything, he's actually the reject from his Ranger team.
He spent all his points in the cool factor.
He's got a really good backstory, and at this rate, it's not going to be worth it. So yeah, his shot goes way wide. The Dragonzord doesn't even acknowledge it. And you hear over the comms, he's Dragonzord!
Full-blown Yosemite
Ricky,
Sam.
Ricky, do something positive.
So I was about
you do something positive, I'm gonna have some Skittles.
So I was about to do something very, very Ricky-like by just fucking being a real cock and actively kicking him in the face. But I suppose I probably should have went actually damaging him.
Yeah, near misses or pulling punches.
I was going to fully commit to full dive kick his face, but I suppose I shouldn't.
No.
After seeing the reaction of almost hitting it. So yeah, old Ricky kind of surfaced a little bit, and then no. He remembers, no, we're not supposed to damage the Zord. Remember, that shit's expensive.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
He's going to attempt to miss him, but he's still gonna target like his face, but he's gonna like purposely miss him to a point where it's very fucking obvious that the chick can attempt to drop kick him.
You're doing range or a melee attack?
Melee.
Okay, so the melee, you're actually trying to hit him, but you're pulling your punch.
Yeah.
So to do that, roll your melee attack with a downshift of 2.
Downshift of 2?
Yep, because you're pulling your punch.
Alright. Question, the Energem, what does it do exactly? Just gives extra damage, or does it do anything to the dice?
It doesn't do anything to the dice.
All it did was, for your ranged attack, it gave you energy for it, and made the Zord sentient.
Alright. Then, okay. So with a downshift of 2 in my...
Yeah, for your melee attack, yeah.
I'm gonna substitute it with a d4. Going with the physical this game. That's 15.
Okay. Describe your attack.
So Ricky and his Rooster Zord were a bit ahead, but as the Zord kind of attempts to start, like it starts running and moving faster, Ricky comes back and his rooster kind of extends like his legs, like actual kick proposed by the boosters. Then that was the old Ricky kind of surfacing, yeah, cool move, let's kick the thing in the face to stop it from going this direction. And then, oh wait, shit, I'm not supposed to damage that, right? And then he kind of just veers off a bit slightly to the side and almost hits it right in the nose.
The thing is, with the pulled punch, you're trying to hit it.
Wait,
like
what?
you're actually trying to make contact. You're pulling your punch so you don't do damage.
Instead of hitting him full bore, you're just love tapping him.
Yeah. Okay, so instead of full
Gentle
kick,
caress.
he kind of just like has enough momentum just to kind of perch on his nose and then like jump off of it using the force of the jump as like a tug.
Okay. All right. So as you do that, you see the Dragonzord sort of stumble a little bit from the force of you pushing off of his nose. And then he gets back his, stands back up again and stares right at your Zord and roars.
Can I... This is a purely response. Can I attempt to performance a response as my very aware Zord attempts to look cool and essentially just open up?
What is it?
I just want to see how well he does. I just see it as him responding to the aggressive response from the Zord.
Okay. What type of a performance are you doing, though?
He's just like opening his wings and cuckling back as like an angry response, like not intimidated at all, despite what doesn't look like he is already a bit hurt from the shots.
Okay, all right, I'll let you do that.
All right.
I mean, it's probably not going to change anything of the Dragonzord.
No.
But...
I just want to see if he actually succeeds in doing it, because since my Zord is aware, he's also prideful, and this is like his own thing, which also goes along with what Ricky would prefer to do. Fuck, the Zord has the same luck. Holy shit, that's a 4.
Okay.
So yeah, he attempts to do like a response, but both the voice and the wing malfunction and start to like spark a little bit, so it sounds really bad. Like a junkyard.
You see that the Dragonzord does not even seem to acknowledge the response of your Zord to what just happened. Yeah. He's got target lock, and it's his turn.
Yeah.
So he starts moving in the direction of both the Ramzord and the Rooster Zord as they're moving towards a safer location or a safer path out of this area. And Fade.
Yeah.
You're up.
So we're fighting the Dragonzord now, right?
You are attempting to get him to follow you guys to a safer location by near misses, pulling your punches, or gentle nudging.
See, here's the kicker. I'm gonna probably want to hit him for real.
Yeah.
I want to hit him for real now. So eventually we're gonna have to fight him.
Yeah.
Besides, that would make sense. I'm the aerial. I'm like one of the only 2 aerial bots here. I hit him full force, and he can just follow me.
Of the group.
And unless he can pull a Godzilla dropkick, he ain't reaching me in the sky.
I mean, he probably can.
He does have ranged weapons.
Blast you.
I mean, I could still tank it or dodge.
Yeah,
That's
I
okay.
Probably could. I just prefer not to. I'm already damaged.
All right. So what are you doing?
Well, so much for my idea. I was gonna hit him with a ranged attack.
You can still hit him with a ranged attack, but it's your intention with it is to miss. So you want, basically the role is to see how close you come to hitting him. and to see whether or not he fixates on you.
As soon as we can get him to the command center, we can use the actual dragon dagger to, put him back to sleep.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna be the devil on your shoulder and say you could actually just attempt to hit him, because I'm pretty sure he probably has more hit points than all of us.
You don't
I'm quite
know
certain.
that. There's no...
Yeah, but he's probably sturdy. I would say
There's
it's
no-
not like he's gonna be a paper plane with three hit points.
If we are attempting to hurt it and not damage
Right.
it,
Listen to the DM for a minute.
Yeah. If you think about the history of the Dragonzord, this game follows a very similar path where Tommy was green and then white. You have no idea what the full strength or capability of this Dragonzord is. You don't know if it's fully healed from its last few fights. You don't even know if it's at full power. For all you know, hitting it once really well is going to explode it.
Only one way to find out, ain't it? Only one way to find out.
We're the right group for that, unfortunately.
Can we not?
We spent the rest of the session doing community work, just attempts to pay this thing off.
Well,
Like, this is part of our gear, guys. Well, maybe not ours exactly, but it's Zordon shit. I don't think it'd go over very well if we break it.
Yeah.
Besides, you never know. You might get to play with it once.
Sure.
That was about to be mean.
all right. Well, since our whole objective is to miss, I'm gonna hit it straight in the face. I serious. Okay, I'm not even trying to be funny. I really do want to hit it. I do want a range attack. Maybe it might not be incredibly strong, but I do want to hit it with a ranged attack.
Join me in the Bird Brain Club.
All right, here's what we're going to do.
Let's go.
I will swap out the pulled punch melee attack for a pulled punch ranged attack for you.
Okay.
So you'll get to hit him, but you're not going to do any damage with the hit. But roll your ranged attack with a downshift of 2.
What does that mean? Because I'm using an add dice roller. How does that work?
All right, so what's your skill die for the Zord's targeting?
6.
Okay, so downshift of 2, you're rolling with a D2.
Oh my god.
What did you roll?
Oh my god. I did it again.
Did you roll a 22?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I literally rolled a 22. That was lucky because the last time I actually rolled, seriously, it was an 18 and a 6.
All right, so you weaken the power of your blast because you don't want to blow a hole in the Dragonzord. And as you fire, you watch as the energy blast from your weapon just dings right off his face. And the Dragonzord recoils before standing upright again and changing his gaze to you and beginning to chase after you. Are you heading in the same direction that John and Ricky were going?
Sure.
All right. Jonas, you're up.
I do want to say this right now, though.
Yeah.
That thing hits me, and it does a crap ton of damage. We fighting the Dragonzord. Or at least I'm fighting the Dragonzord.
I mean,
I will go Craven on this freaking Zord. You have no idea.
This is gonna be a little bit more like Bambi versus a cupcake. Or
Dragonzord. All we gotta do is hurt it. Why are we attacking it?
Because we're bird brains. Just get in your head. We want to peck shit. We want to peck it.
Not everyone is a cosmonaut bear.
Yeah, no, yes. Some of us are simple creature that just wants to be aggressive.
All right, so Jonas, what are you doing?
Considering now Jonas is kind of just face palming the situation. He's not sure if he should help the dragon or try and prevent
Give me an alertness skill check.
attempts at becoming Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Jonas, give me an alertness skill check.
16.
All right. You notice that the attacks that the Rooster, Raven, and Ramzords did, oh my god, triple R, there's no damage. They are essentially nudging the Dragonzord in an attempt to move it away from the populace.
Okay. Where are we exactly? Like on the map?
All right. On the Dragonzord path map, you're at Trang Canyon Outdoor Mall.
Okay, so we're at the 4th X.
Yep.
Ish. Okay. I'm just gonna keep trying to herd and nudge it.
Okay. Give me a driving skill test while you're kind of move along and push him without appearing threatening.
$15.
Okay. You manage to adjust his path to continue him moving along the way that everybody else is going. John, you're up.
OBKB. I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and kind of loop around and try to cuff the other leg that Jonas is not next to. Again,
okay.
just bumping it to get its attention.
Okay, so you're pulling your punch again?
Yes.
All right. Melee attack, downshift of 2.
Either. That is 21.
Okay. You watch as the Dragonzord stumbles a little bit at the unexpected impact, and continues moving in the direction that you're going.
Nice. That'll be my turn. I just kind of keep advancing, and if it's chasing me, keep pushing forward.
All right. Jack is going to come up alongside the Dragonzord opposite of Jonas and the bear, and he is going to do the same thing that Jonas is doing in an effort to keep the Dragonzord moving in as straight a line as possible towards the relatively safe zone away from the populace. All right, here we go. Uh, I did it again. Let's see. All right. Finally does something.
Ew.
16. And you see how the Q-Rex comes up, gets in position, and between the bear and the Q-Rex, the Dragonzord is now on a steady path straight towards the next location, basically, which is heading towards the San Angeles Granite Company.
Nice.
You know, that granite area, that quarry that's in every fucking Sentai, every Power Rangers, and every Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Hell, every Tokusatsu series to ever existed.
They might as well own that quarry now.
Okay. Ricky.
Yes.
You're up.
Well, my foundry is acting up a little bit, but I guess we'll just continue forward since we have to catch him and get there before it.
Are you going to try and nudge him more to keep him going, or are you going to just stay ahead?
I mean, we already nudged it correctly.
You think you did?
So, like, but he already...
His turn's like next. You don't know what he's gonna do.
Shit. But didn't we already, like, supposedly nudge him enough to...
That was in the last event.
So we are an entire new thing now.
Yeah, it's an entirely new count of things that you gotta worry about. In the last one, you had to move either 30 feet, 30 feet to one side, or move the bus. You did both. This one is a totally different set of parameters.
I guess I already attempted to fake attack him. I'm just gonna straight up attempt to move him to the side a bit again.
Okay. You're going to try and shift him off the straight line that he's on? Or are you going to just try and just make sure that like, assist in helping keep him nudged on that straight line? So, if you're looking at the way it is, we've got the bear on one side, Q-Rex on the other. You guys are all kind of up here moving this way, and the path of the Zord is basically now going like this, just straight forward.
We can just straight up make a Megazord out of all these just together.
Yeah. But are you going to try and, because if you nudge him to try and get him one side, you're going to be going against what everybody else has been doing. If you just kind of join in and like come like say come like back here or something and are pushing from behind, then you'll keep him on the straight line.
Alright, my dilemma is whether I do that or I just go on ahead to the next one.
Well, you're not going to be able to go on to the next area. You're going to be able, you can go ahead to make sure the path is clear, but that's it.
Sure. Let's chicken out of it. Let's do that.
Okay, so you're going to fly ahead and just make sure that there's nothing else in the way?
Yeah.
Alright, that's cool. Give me an alertness skill check.
That's 13, but that's a 4 on the D4.
All right. As far as you can tell, all of the mall goers and hikers have managed to get to an area that is well out of the way of the Dragonzord.
All right, full movement.
So as long as he doesn't change his path, you should be fine.
Right. Then still going ahead.
All right, so you'll just stay ahead and just keep an eye on things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the Dragonzord just keeps moving, letting out little roars here and there, showing his displeasure with all of you just kind of picking on him and pushing him. So he's not sure who he should attack or if he should, but he is going in the direction you are pushing him. Fade.
Yeah.
You're up.
Probably just gonna. I don't know. Probably either. I feel like everyone else has the Dragonzord. Maybe I'll just follow secondary behind Ricky.
All right. Give me an alertness skill check.
Or if I get another 20 and a 2.
I'm gonna say that dice roller is busted.
It probably is busted. Okay, I got a 2 and an 18.
All right. So you look around, and much like Ricky, you can't see any stragglers. The closest people you see are well out of the Dragonzord's path.
Okay. That's
doing anything
all
else?
I wanna do. Nope.
All right. Jonas, are you going to continue holding the Dragonzord on this course?
Yep.
All right, then. Give me a driving skill test, please.
17.
All right. As all of you work together to change the direction of the Dragonzord away from the mall, you have reduced any chance of property damage to only a few trees, some Dragonzord-sized footprints in the ground, and no loss of life, no injury, and all without damaging the Dragonzord or yourselves. You've only managed to severely irritate the ancient beast. You receive a story point for completing it before the turn limit. And you all move to the final mark on the path, the San Angeles Granite Company. You have the turn roll to round 15. And this one, the San Angeles Granite Company, a large, sprawling quarry facility cut into the foothills of the San Angeles Mountains, specializing in blasting, cutting, polishing, and selling the pink and gray granite so abundant there. There are rarely more than a few dozen workers on staff at any given time, as that much of the operation is performed by advanced machines. The final event will require completion within let's see. Where is it? Okay. All right. Pink Ranger coin should not be flipped anymore.
Yeah,
You guys have another 4 rounds to figure this one out. As you all arrive at the Granite Company, the Dragonzord suddenly stops. And he roars and launches, or it looks like he prepares to launch attacks at you. Now, this one, we can actually lose the initiative. Actually, yeah, so I didn't even need to roll the duration thing. So we're gonna end this combat, but we're still technically in a combat. So the Dragonzord is going to take pot shots at all of you. Take a different D2. And
not the pink D2.
All right, still got 2. The Dragonzord is going to attack. You can yeah, okay. I gotta see something real quick because I took notes on this and I'm confused.
Oh no.
I can't read my handwriting.
Oh, that's the worst.
All right, this part is more about narrative response to what you're doing. You'll still take damage if you get hit, but it's a narrative response that we're looking for to see if you succeed in this event. So, actually, I probably should have kept the thing up there, but oh god, my brain is tired. Jonas.
Hi.
The Dragonzord is going to attack you twice with first an energy beam that ignores your armor. So the +1 that Zords get from armor does not count. So you're if you're defending with toughness, it's reduced by 1.
Wait, my toughness is reduced by 1?
Just for this attack. This type of attack.
Okay.
Because the energy he blasts ignores armor.
Oof.
So, yeah. So that's a D6. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay, so you see this energy blast come, like Godzilla style energy blast, come from the Dragonzord's mouth and blast past you over your shoulder. His second attack towards you is going to be he's going to try and slap you with his tail. This one does not affect your toughness in any way.
Alright.
That's a miss. And Yeah. Now, describe to me how you and your Zord withstood the attack. And how you're responding afterwards.
So basically, it tried to shoot me with a laser.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming laser breath?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And then he tried to hit you with his tail.
Okay. I'm assuming the laser missed.
Yeah, everything missed.
Well, I'm just gonna kind of sidestep the laser and kind of just chomp on the tail. Like it's coming at me and I kind of just block it by chomping on it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Like you're using your mouth to...
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled badly enough for it? Yeah, I'm gonna say you did. So as the tail comes up and comes close to your face, you reach out with the Zord and grab it in your mouth, or attempt to grab it in your mouth. Give me a driving skill test.
16.
All right. Yeah, you're able to get the Zord to chomp onto it. Are you applying pressure or just holding it in place?
Just holding it in place.
All right. So that will mean that his next set of attacks are going to be at snag, and he will not be able to use his tail for any attack. Okay. Nope, can't use that one. All right, there we go. All right, so Ricky, you're the next target.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as his fingertips, the fingertips of the Dragonzord, load up with missiles.
Oh, crap.
And it's going to be at snag. And does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Okay. You take 1 fire damage as the missiles come towards you. How are you responding to that attack?
Only 1 fire damage?
Yeah, only 1 fire damage.
Okay, so...
He's not trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Ricky kind of just... he and his Zord kind of just do a rapid response, throwing a bunch of his feathers as like anti-projectiles, and blow up some of the missiles, and it hit, but a few managed to hit him.
All right. And the second attack, he's going to attempt to hit you with the energy beam. Does a 13 hit?
Ricky? No, it does not. No,
okay.
It does not. I managed to dodge that one.
How do you dodge it? Like, describe it to me.
He had already been hit to the side a little bit by the missile, and coincidentally the laser was a bit offset to that side, so he was already jerking in the opposite direction, so he just flaps the wings and fully like flaps out of the location of the laser.
Okay. John.
Aw.
Let's see how he goes after you. All right. You see him turn towards you a little bit, as much as he can with his tail in the bear's mouth. And he shoots the energy beam from his mouth. And if you use toughness, it ignores the 1 armor
Right.
of that's given. He doesn't hit you.
Okay.
It's a 4 total. How do you narratively describe how you handle this attack?
In martial arts, we call it going offline. The idea is to slip and then come into the open side. So the idea will be with the Dragonzord, will dash forward but angled off to one side.
Okay.
Just a quick, I'm not in the path of destruction movement.
Okay. His second attack towards you is going to be with the missile barrage as you see his fingertips load up with missiles again. Does a 13 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. Now, how do you handle this one?
Well, I am using toughness. Is it possible for me to... You know what? No, I'm going to keep it simple. I am just going to keep moving. The idea is just keep darting quick movements to get out of the way, like a stupid bunch of jumps.
All right. Now it is Fade.
Yeah.
He is going to attack you. Still can't use his tail. Okay. He's going to attack you with the energy beam.
Alright.
So if you use toughness, it's -1 because it ignores armor. Does a 12 hit you?
Nope.
And you're lucky I had to roll it snag because the other one was a 20.
Ooh.
Describe how you handle this first attack.
Okay. As the beam goes near... okay. Am I in front of the Dragonzord, and do I see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I see it, I, pull back, I guess on the lever, whatever I'm using, the pilot sword. Kind of like how a plane cockpit is. I will do that and maneuver around the entire beam itself.
Okay, so you're doing like how
pilots
flying.
Yeah, kind of like how a pilot will during a dogfight, they'll just go all the way up or around it. That's exactly what I was planning on doing.
All right. He follows you with his gaze and fires the beam again.
Lol.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. This time you take 2 energy damage.
Okay.
Now, describe how you respond to this hit.
I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. If it hit me, We fighting the Dragonzord.
All right, this.
Don't start
I'm sorry.
panicking, please.
If y'all don't fight, that's fine. I will 1v1 it myself. I'll take the Valiant Elf.
And that's how we lost the Silver Ranger.
You out.
That's fine by me.
All right. So you're basically, essentially, like staying in front, trying to show like dominance.
Yes.
With your post. Okay. All right. Now he moves on to Jack as the last one. Still can't use his tail. All right. So he's going to aim his blast, or the same blast, at Jack and the Q-Rex. Yeah, that doesn't hit for shit. Actually, it might. Hang on.
Oh no.
No, it doesn't. Because even with reduced toughness, it doesn't. All right. So you guys watch as the Q-Rex stands his ground and roars as only an out of time or a time displaced beast can, or mechanical beast. And then the Dragonzord moves up. Okay, and locks and loads the missile barrage. Which, you know what?
Yeah, back.
He is going to take the hit and just let it happen. And the Dragonzord missiles just home in and just slam into his chest, causing 1 fire damage to the Q-Rex. And as the smoke clears, the Q-Rex steps forward and lets loose the loudest roar that you've heard, and it echoes in the canyon. And some of you, those of you that are actually connected to the ground, can actually feel it shake slightly. And it's not from just the fact that the Zords are here. And that concludes this part of the event. This one was a weird one, and I'll tell you why. It was a narrative thing. It was basically to see how you responded to the Dragonzord's attacks.
I feel like I failed.
The fact that you all pretty much just stood there and like took, like, you stood your ground. And so you see the Dragonzord no longer appears to be threatening. And with a simple movement, pulls his tail from the Bearzord's mouth and continues on his path to the command center. So now, this phase of the
MCU?
this phase of everything is completed. Now, it is 10 o'clock, and I know that we got started late. Do you guys want to continue, or do you want to call it?
I'm fine with either or.
I'm good to continue. I think DB had to step away. He said he'd be right back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Ricky, are you and
How much
DBK
longer,
okay?
though?
that entirely depends on dice rolls and your actions. I mean, do you want to just go for another half hour, or do you want to call it now?
I am good to go for another half hour, maybe a bit more, but that would be like it. I can't go, shouldn't go over an hour.
Okay. How about you, DBK?
I can do more.
All right. So we shall continue. So as you choose to move ahead of the Dragonzord, getting to the command center before he does. But you know that the time that you have is probably mere seconds before he arrives. And as you approach the veil that hides, like the cloaking veil that hides the command center, you hear Zordon's voice in your cockpits, in your communication systems. Power Rangers, you are just in time. The energy readings that were spiking off the Dragonzord are being a signal trickling in from the edge of our space-time. We must bring our giant mechanical friend back under Power Ranger control before that signal gets stronger. Based on the temporal energy residue we found on the remains of the Dragon Dagger you Rangers encountered in the bay, it is as we believed. That dagger was indeed our Green Ranger's former relic key. But from the far future. The Dragon Dagger of our time-space never left the vault here at the command center. Now is your chance. Alpha 5 is waiting outside with our Dragon Dagger, and one of you must take it from him and figure out how to play the dirge that will bring our Titanic ally back under our control and lull him back to slumber beneath the bay. The rest of you Power Rangers will need to put your Zords to the test against our confused ally. I have only this to help you. May the power protect you. Okay, so all of a sudden your Zords are filled with energy. You recover. If your Zords took damage, you recover at most 4 points of health for your Zord.
Oh, good.
Beep.
That's just what I need.
And as you feel this wave of grid energy or core energy from the command center, you can see that damage, blemishes, paint chipping on the Zord are suddenly healed and restored to normal and good condition. Now, you have a few seconds to decide which one of you is going to attempt to play the Dragon Dagger.
I'll do it.
I want to do it too.
I mean, before that, are you allowed to know which type of role would that be? Because even if some of us want to do it, like we might as be equally terrible or.
Well, all right. I'm not going to come out and tell you what it is. I'm going to give you a hint on how you can deduce what it could be.
Right.
It's a flute.
Performance.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, do any of you guys
Wait, actually?
anything on it?
What's that?
No, I had asked, was it actually, because I heard a yeah.
No, that was me. I was like, probably.
I will not confirm or deny. Now,
Yes.
you guys can just choose somebody to attempt this, but it's going to be a process before you can even try to play it. So Pick somebody quick.
I'll do it.
All right. Do you have any performance at all?
He has Savant.
All right. Then I'm good. I have a D2 in performance, but I'm cool with anyone doing it, so you guys can go ahead.
Okay.
I would attempt to be the one playing the flute, but I did get healed, so I'm fine. So I'm good.
So DBK, you want to do it?
Yep.
All right.
Of course.
So you'll have to drop out of your Zord, and then the others will fight the Dragonzord.
Seems good.
The rest of you will engage in combat with the Dragonzord in an effort to give Jonas enough time to fully utilize the power of the Dragon Dagger. Now, keep in mind, this could mean that all of you can suffer considerable damage.
Great.
So, I need everybody to roll initiative. I will add everybody to the combat.
Everybody,
tracker.
including Jonas.
Everybody, including Jonas.
I'm following Jonas.
Okay, Jonas, roll, and we will decide if we follow.
No.
What do we do?
That's the thing is he can't roll unless we agree to follow. I agree to follow.
Oh,
so
is that how it...
Fade, you weren't here. Jonas has an ability called Follow Me, which essentially means if before initiative's rolled, any initiative, if we agree to follow him, he gets a upshift.
He gets a +1, I think.
Okay, a +1 per person who agrees. We have to roll a d4 and subtract it from whatever his overall number is.
So, in a sense, a spirit bomb.
Kind of. It's on initiative.
It's more like he is going, all right, guys, follow me. Like, follow my lead. And you guys are kind of like right up close to him. It increases the chance that you guys are going to go one right after the other.
Yeah, if you have shitty initiative, this is like a fantastic... Like, I have no points in initiative. This has saved me.
Yeah. It increases the odds that you're not going to go last.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sure.
All right, so Jack will go along with it. So you're going to get an increase of 4 to your roll, Jonas.
Nice.
And everybody else roll your d4s.
Do we roll through Foundry?
Whatever you want.
Doesn't matter.
I rolled a 1.
All right.
So if I roll, is it just at a normal, or is it just...
It's just you just roll a d4. Yeah, it's just a d4. No d20, just a d4, because you're subtracting the value of the d4 roll from Jonas's initiative, and that's determining your placement. So, like, I rolled a 3. Whatever Jonas rolls, I subtract 3 from it, and that's my spot.
Two. Because I get 2 1s.
What?
You just roll a d4.
Just a d20 or just a d4.
Nothing else. Just a d4.
3.
All right.
So it's still a 2.
No, it's a 3.
No, it's a 3. It'll make sense in a minute.
D4. Yeah.
26.
Jonas, what's yours? 26?
I got a 1.
All right, so Jonas, you're at 26. John, you got 1.
Yep.
All right, so you're 25. I got a 3. So that is 23. Ricky?
I got a 1.
All right, so 25. All right, so Fade, just roll the d4 and the number on it is what we subtract from Jonas's roll.
Yeah, when I did the D4, it was a 3.
Oh, it was a 3. Okay. I thought you said that was still a 2.
Because I did the Foundry roll and it landed on 2 1s. But then I did it on... Because I thought... You said you could do it on whatever. So I just did like the normal initiative roll. That's how I get the 2 1s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't see that part there. Now it's making sense. All right, here we go. Cooking with gas. All right, so 3. So you are at 23. You cracker. 23. All right. Now the Dragonzord. I get to roll his initiative normal, which is a D2. Great googly moogly. All right, where is the Green Ranger D2? I'm going to stick this in the family. Okay. Boom. Okay. So now, everybody but Jonas is going to be fighting the Dragonzord. Jonas, your Zord is off to the side. You... Oh, wait, no, shit. Remember your numbers. Because I'm probably going to lose the... Actually, you know what? I'm going to screenshot it. Because I have a map for this. All right. Desert. Activate. Actors. Here we go, doing this again. Enemy. Dragonzord. All right. Jonas. I'm going to put you up here. Little tiny Jonas. And your Zord is going to be over there. Kind of off to the side. The command center is kind of off this screen. I did not set up a little token for Alpha, but he is standing next to Jonas. Or he will be anyway. Ram. Rooster. Haven. Q-Rex. All right, now add, and try and do this quickly so we can get right into it. Oops. 5. 23. 23 and 15. Okay. We're beginning the combat. Jonas, you drop down from your Zord and run over to Alpha, who has in his hands the Dragon Dagger. And as you take it from him, you feel the very familiar connection that you once had to the green spectrum. Now, in order to remember the tune, you need to on this turn give me a culture, science, or performance skill test.
I called it.
$22. Science.
Okay. Science? Okay. You are holding the dragon dagger. You've got it in the pose that you feel it comes natural to this weapon. And you start playing around with the buttons. And you're kind of just fiddling. And it feels like you're getting close to what you're supposed to do. Now, we're on to the Roosterzord. What do you do to distract the Dragonzord? And to keep him from attacking the command center, Ricky?
I mean, in which direction is the command center?
Upper left of the map. It's off the map, basically.
Alright, so are we this time actually fighting it, or are still under orders to...
You have to fight it. You're hoping that you don't do too much damage to it and that it doesn't do too much damage to you. But the only option you have is to actually fight him.
Alright. So I'm gonna move in the opposite direction. And blast him, I guess. Yeah.
Wait, hold that thought real quick. Jonas, what did you roll again?
22.
22. Okay. Shit. Okay. All right. Ricky, what were you doing?
Blast him.
Okay, roll your attack.
Okay. D6 and attacking. Huh. Damn, I don't think my Zord got the message that we're supposed to actually fight now, because that's a 10.
Your shot goes wide, but you realize that you weren't that far off from actually hitting him. And you are hesitating. Alright. John.
I guess I'm gonna try to use my ranged attack. I'm gonna try to bleed.
Okay. Bleed away, sir.
That is a fucking nat 1 on the D20.
You gonna re-roll that?
I am absolutely gonna re-roll that.
Alright.
That is 16. I rolled an 11 on the 20 and a 5 on the 6.
Okay.
Ugh.
Your sonic bleat attack hits the Dragonzord, causing it to go off balance, and you see a few sparks fly from where the sound waves managed to penetrate his armor. As he tried to evade, just couldn't.
Okay. Let's see here. I attacked it, so it's probably gonna be a little pissed at me. I'm gonna go ahead and move off to the side here so it's not aiming anywhere near there. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Fade.
Yes. I want to hit
Go
him
ahead
with a
and
ranged attack.
All right, go for it. This is the one I'm afraid of.
I mean, on one hand, you could be very afraid of it. On the other, well, on one hand, you should be afraid because I got a 17 and a 6, and the 6 is a crit on the D6.
Okay.
And I'm using a ranged attack. And that does 4 energy damage on the range.
So it's double that.
Damn, 4.
He's got 8 damage total on this one. Because he crit.
I'm over. This sword's a fucking beast. And it's not.
It is.
This sword's a
Damn.
beast on ranged attacks.
Alright.
Damn, do you have
Oh, and I'm also gonna move right here after the attack.
Okay. The Dragonzord takes the hit and blasted.
Huh?
The Dragonzord takes the hit and just gets blasted. He's still standing though, but he took a lot. So now it's time for the Q-Rex. I never wanted to miss a Zord in my life. Or miss hitting a target more than I do now, which means I'm gonna freaking crit.
I've never heard of a GM that's actually a little bit mortified that a Zord hit another Zord.
Well, it's mainly because Green Ranger was one of my favorite. The Dragonzord is one of my favorite Zords. I'm sitting here holding the Dragon Dagger in my hands. The Legacy one.
And he's on the verge, possibly getting tapped out by a Silver Ranger of all people.
And unlike you guys, I know what his hit points are.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. I
mean, he'll probably
the pressure.
That'd be messed up. He's like 10 or 20 hit points, and I just reduced it by 8.
No matter how much he had, you reduced it by 8. That's like way too much.
Damn it. Oh wait. Damn it.
Spade's a spade for hitting me, so
Payback, bitch. Alright. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? The Q-Rex isn't gonna do shit.
lol.
I was about to say the best way to win the game is to not play.
He is going to basically assess the situation and is going to hesitate because as a Quantum Ranger, a protector of timeline and all of that, he does not want to damage or destroy such a historical Zord. So he's going to let the Dragonzord, retaliate. And he is going to go after the Raven Zord. So D6, not pulling punches anymore. You defending with toughness or evasion? Fade. Fade, are you
I'm sorry.
Are you defending with toughness or evasion?
What happened?
Are you
Are you defending with toughness or evasion?
Toughness.
Okay.
There's a 27 hit me.
That's 5. as the Dragonzord turns towards you and locks and loads his knuckle missile racks, he lets loose the missile barrage and just starts exploding mountainside around you. His aim was knocked off a little bit by the blast that he just took. Jonas.
Hello.
A culture, science, or performance skill test, please.
18.
As you're fiddling around with the dragon dagger in your hand, you bring it to the lips, or where they would be in your helmet, and you feel you've got it. On your next turn, you will be able to attempt to play the flute. Do you want to give a warning to everybody that you are ready?
Yep.
Okay. Give them your warning. Or your urge for...
Hold things steady, everyone. I'm almost ready.
What? What did you say?
Said he's almost ready.
Ready for what?
To play the flute. Evasive maneuvers, gentlemen.
Oh, why is Ricky saying what when he knows what's going on?
Because it's Ricky.
I know.
Yeah,
It's all the mercury.
He's blasting action music while beginning the fight.
Just
In response,
to the party.
Just the tunes.
He's gone full Ricky.
in response, I said you had better be ready, because so am I.
Right. So, on Jonas's next turn, he will be able to attempt to play the flute. Ricky, what do you do?
I'm not gonna regret this.
You're gonna peck at it.
Oh no, I'm gonna do something more freaky. I'm gonna fly to its face and take a dodge action.
So you're gonna fly up to him and then dodge.
I'm just gonna like chicken in his face, but dodging.
He's being distracting.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. John.
I have a question.
Yes. Hopefully I have an answer.
Can I make the Megazord?
No.
Damn it.
You need Jonas in his Zord in order
That's
to make
fair.
your Megazord.
That's fair. That's fair.
You guys don't have a functional combination with the Dragonzord yet to even attempt it.
That's fair. I just had a idea that popped in my head, but
we couldn't even use the Q-Rex either, right?
no,
Nope,
that's
T-Rex is not a combiner.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm essentially just gonna become a moving target for this thing. Like, much like Ricky, I'm just gonna kind of dart around. And then...
Hyperactive goat mode. Got it.
Yeah. Fucking... Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? And then fucking that'll be my turn.
Alright. Fade.
Evasive maneuvers, my man.
Evasive maneuvers. For the Dragonzord's sake. I'm gonna attack it again with another energy blast.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, please don't.
Oh no, I said thought, so I was pretty sure he would attack, but...
Okay. Oh my god.
Now the
GM, you're gonna
Dragonzord... What?
I was about to say, GM, you're gonna hate me.
Why?
Again?
I swear I'm not doing anything fucky with these dice. But you were one away from a double crit. You were one away.
Wait, what were you doing? Like you were.
I was going
evading?
No, I was going to hit you with an energy blast.
Oh, so you just did this to see what would happen if you did do the attack.
No, I rolled that.
Yeah,
That's my attack.
Did you crit the motherfucker again?
Are you attacking
Yes,
again?
a 19 and a 6.
Are you attacking again?
D6?
I'm attacking, yes.
Oh god, yep.
Oh god damn it.
This guy's a fucking Rita agent. Get him, Maddie!
I'm saying even if my Zord gets trash, I'm taking a shot off you if you dread down this fucking Zord.
The Zord falls down on Ricky.
Hey.
Jesus.
As long as the cosmonaut doesn't try it. Is that...
One
I'm
second.
not trying to be mean. DBK is probably the one guy that could stop me. But no, I swear, I'm actually going to attack it again. I'm
Where
sorry.
your hostility came from, though.
He hit me.
Well, yeah.
Also, Silver Ranger has a giant chip on his shoulder because he's silver.
Why is he? What?
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 All right, so you blast him again, and you watch as the Dragonzord is brought down to a knee, severely damaged.
My guy.
That is 16 damage in 2 hits.
My guy, you're soloing the fucking Dragonzord. What the hell? The Silver Zord is OP. Holy crap.
Did he fall on Ricky though?
No, he's brought to one knee, so it's like he's there. As far as you can tell, he is immobile.
Okay.
So either you narratively did not kill him, or he'd have
Or
like
he's-
1 or 2 hit points left.
Doesn't matter, he's got hit points left.
No,
That
that's
boy.
what I'm saying. Either he actually killed it, but narratively he can't, or it had like 1 or 2 hit points left.
All right, moving on. The
Thank you.
Q-Rex.
That boy about to meet Jesus. That boy.
That boy.
You about to
About
meet
to meet
Jesus.
Zordon.
The Q-Rex roars in response to this brutal assault on the Dragonzord. And you hear Jack over the comms. I thought we were just trying to distract it, not erase it from the timeline. Or from the grid.
Sorry, he's pissy because it damaged his new Zord.
That is the plan, Jack. That was the plan, Jack.
Apparently somebody didn't get the memo.
Hey, that
And-
someone also showed up late. That's not his fault.
There. Alright, the Dragonzord is unable to do anything. Jonas.
Hello.
Alright. You, sir,
Hello.
Yeah.
give me a performance skill test, please.
Okay. So that's 22?
Yeah, Jonas! Put this thing to sleep!
Well, I'll do it.
No, you put it to bed.
You're lucky if you're gonna be a ranger after this.
Either way, someone's putting it to sleep.
Nice.
You guys all hear the tune coming from Jonas. And you watch as the Dragonzord tries to stir, but due to his damage, all he can manage to do is roar. And as you notice that the lights in his eyes flicker, showing that you have control over him again. You hear...
Okay, go ahead.
What?
I was gonna
hear...
ask, is...
Speak, Ricky.
Off, but sorry,
What?
I'm
What?
slow. I talk slow. I was gonna ask if narrative is off, but if you have, not narrative, if initiative is off, but if you have other things to narrate, go ahead.
Yeah, we're still going.
All right.
You hear over the comms, Rangers, the mirror signal matching the false dragon dagger, the one from beyond our solar system, it's here. And from a from the atmosphere, you see enemies. This is what I need. One. Okay. So 2, 3, 4. 5 and 1 for good luck. And we're going to throw this one over here for the initiative counter. And roll it. Wait, did I even put skills on there? Yes, I did. Okay. And you see as these Quadra fighters, they're not on the initiative tracker, you'll see Quadra Fighter X, but they are just normal Quadra fighters. But they come darting through the atmosphere. And that is where we're going to call it for tonight.
God.
While I go and I spend the next week fixing the storylines so that somebody can actually play the fucking Dragonzord.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm not fixing shit.
I'm not fixing shit.
Oh, thank Jeebus. I already got my grade for the project I handed in for my physics class today.
Did you pass?
Yeah, I got an A.
Nice.
This guy scares me sometimes, though. He's how fast he grades it.
I was about to say, he's a physics teacher. He's probably fucking insane.
I literally just submitted it at like 3 o'clock. Okay, I got 95 out of 100 on it this time.
Hell
Fantastic.
Yeah. Because that was the one that
actual
you...
lab... Huh?
That was the one you had issues with last time, right? Like...
Yeah, the first lab that I did, I got an F on. The second lab, I got 100 out of 100. Project, I got 100 out of 100. This is the second project of the class.
Okay.
In my week 7, which is in 2 weeks, I have a project and a lab due the same week. So I'm gonna cry. All right. We will stop here.